Here greets y'all. What is good? It is Shy the Sage returning for another amazingly amazing video. What's happening? What's happening? What up, though? Um, Glad to be here. Okay. Today I want to do a video um for the women, for the ladies. Okay, because you know everything I do is for the bitches. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Um. Again, as always, I like to thank new subscribers. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for commenting. Um, and yeah, so I think I want to start doing more videos about my spiritual insights on celebrities because I know motherfuckers be watching. I know the industry be watching me, and I'm not just talking about the music industry. And when I know they be watching me, it was confirmed. Okay, because it's a show on Amazon. Real quick, then I'm gonna get into the topic. It's a show on Amazon called The Boys, right? And in the most recent season, they have a black superhero. Her name is Sage. Stay with me now. Stay with me. Her name is Sage. Her superpower is the ability. Basically, is her intellect. Okay, her superpower is her intellect. She's the smartest person in the world. And this is the kicker. Not only she black, her name's Sage, highly intelligent, smartest person in the world. And she's from Detroit, Michigan. It's a show on Amazon called The Boys. They be watching me. And that character was made after me. I'm not crazy. Go watch it. I swear to God, I'm not crazy. But anyway, okay. So I want to talk a little bit more about the industry. And I want to just use current events to give my opinion on shit. Because that's why you're here, to hear my opinion. Okay. I want to talk about Cardi B is kind of hot in the media right now, as she should be. And I'm kind of seeing what's going on with, I guess, her energy. And it is reminding me of myself. Okay. So I want to talk about the Empress archetype and why you can't betray spiritual women, honey. Okay. You cannot betray spiritual women without consequences. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I did specifically use spiritual women in my caption because for clickbait. I'm not even gonna hold you, okay? But it's a certain type of spiritual woman, all right? There's different levels to this shit, okay? I'm specifically talking about the Empress archetype, okay? If you are into the tarot, okay, you know what the Empress stands for, you know what the Empress is, okay? Not every woman is the Empress, okay? So I've been noticing some differences in between Cardi B and Offsets in their past and their relationship, and clearly that's a karmic exchange, and clearly Cardi is on the upside of the wheel of fortune in terms of that karmic exchange, while Offset is at the bottom. Okay, it's because when you have an Empress archetype, okay, that is literally an embodiment of the divine feminine. And I'm gonna explain what that means, because I don't want y'all be thinking the divine feminine is just supposed to be some bitch in a long skirt who bake cookies all day and kiss kids and keep her legs closed. And that's not what the divine feminine is. Like, with a long ass purse and some dashiki head wrap, okay, or some fucking hijab where she's covered head to toe, nigga. That's not the divine feminine, because there's plenty of women out here who dress like that and they ain't worth a goddamn. All right. So this is an energy. All right. So not every woman is an empress. And I'm not talking about, and not every spiritual woman is an empress. Okay, let me say that again. Every woman with spiritual gifts is not an empress. All right, it's different levels to this. It's different levels of feminine mastery. All right, or the lack thereof. All right. So the Empress archetype is the Queen of Queens. Okay. If you study, I'm not talking about just do tarot. If you study the tarot, if you actually understand the major arcana, which is just a fool's journey, you understand the Empress's archetype. All right. So again, this video, I made this video for the women. I'm doing this for the bitches. All right. Um, so my best way to describe the Empress archetype, I'm gonna show pictures and I'm gonna use some examples. So y'all seen Game of Thrones, correct? So in Game of Thrones, right, you have the royalty that's at King's Landing, and then you have on the outskirts, you have, what is it, the Seven Kingdoms. You have other kingdoms that also have their kings and their queens, but they answer to the royalty at King's Landing. Okay, so for example, Cersei. Now, I'm just talking about in terms of political position. I'm not talking about energy. So, in political position, Cersei will be the Empress because she's the Queen of Queens. Okay, you can have a queen of the Lannister land. You can have the queen of the North, which is Sansa. Okay, but at the end of the day, who rules all of those nations? It's the people at King's Landing. Okay, it's the exact same thing with the Emperor and the Empress. Okay, the Emperor and the Empress are the same archetypes of each other. Okay, but on different polarities, the feminine and the masculine. All right. So again, all spiritually gifted women are not empresses. Okay, there are different ranks. There are witches. Okay, there are divas. Okay, there are high priestesses, which is in a whole nother category on its own. It's not even in the, it's not even in that category. Okay, and you have your empresses. All right, so let me show you some visuals. Okay, because in the tarot you have the Empress. Real quick, in the tarot you have the Empress, and you have four queens, and the Empress is the queen of those queens. Okay, so the tarot just represents archetypes. Again, I said this before, archetypes that you see in the world. So when you see the queens, that represents a certain archetype of woman. Okay, and when you see the Emperor and the Empress, that represents a certain type of man and woman. Okay, so damn. Okay, so this is the Empress. Okay, this is the Queen of the Queens. This is number 3 after the major arcana. Okay, because the Fool starts at 0. Then he goes to the Magician, which is 1. Then he goes to the High Priestess, which is 2. And then next in line in the Fool's journey is the Empress, which is 3. Okay, you see how this is the baddest bitch. Okay, this is the queen of all queens. Okay, the Empress. All right. Not every woman is this, okay? However, most women are the queens, all right? You have the Queen of Wands, okay? The feminine mastery of vision and action, okay? You have the Queen of Cups, the feminine mastery of emotional intelligence and spirituality sometimes, but usually emotional intelligence and intuition, okay? Then you have so in the Queen of Wands will be your higher level fire sign women, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The Queen of Cups will be your archetypal water sign women, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio women. This is the Queen of Pentacles, the feminine mastery of the material realm and resources. Okay, the feminine mastery of the material realm and resources, the Queen of Pentacles. And my personal favorite, the elitist of all the elites, okay, you have the Queen of Wands. Okay, this is the no bullshitter. This is the feminine mastery of thought and discernment. Okay, you can't get shit past this bitch. All right, you can't get nothing past the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands will be a type of girl, you try to run game on her, she sees straight through you because she used her brain. She be like, okay, I know it. 1 + 2, 1 + 3. Fuck, I know 1 + 1 = 2, and what you saying ain't adding up. Okay, now going back to the Empress. The Empress is the woman who masters all of those elements. Okay, she's the queen of all of those queens I just showed you. She's the embodiment of the mastery of all 4 of those archetypes. So she's the mastery over vision and action. She's the mastery over the material realm. She's the feminine mastery of intuition and spirituality, and she's the feminine mastery of intellectualism and discernment. Okay, intellectual prowess and discernment. Okay, top bitch. Okay, this is Cersei. Okay, the bitch at King's Landing. Okay, not every woman is this. Okay, again, you got different, and it ain't got nothing about hierarchy. It's just mastery. All right. So going back to Cardi B, and there are other women who embody this. I'm about to get into that. All right. So what I just showed y'all seen the picture of the Empress. Okay. So the Empress represents nourishing, creation, abundance, motherhood, beauty, sovereignty, and intrinsic value. Okay. Intrinsic value means value inward. We all know that women have intrinsic value. Okay. It is our wombs, and our wombs give us the ability to connect to the ethers, which fuels ideas, which gives us the ability to reproduce, which gives us radiance and magnetism. Okay, not every woman has mastery over that. All right, so creation and abundance. Okay, the Empress, usually this is your girl, good vagina, very creative. Okay, and her creativity that she's born with or that she's mastered comes from her womb. Okay, so these are the type of bitches, they got good pussy. Okay. Now, not every. Okay. Not every. Not every. Just because you got good pussy don't make you an Empress. Okay. I want to make the disclaimer. Okay. So the Empress embodies the foundations of creativity. Okay. They're very creative. These are your women in your creative fields. Okay. They know how to sing. They know how to cook, and they might be multifaceted everywhere. Okay. They are very fertile in their wombs. They might know how to cook. They may know how to sing. They have creative projects that they work on. Maybe photography. Maybe me like on YouTube. Maybe like I don't know. Maybe she's a seamstress. Maybe she's a painter. Maybe she's a gardener. Whatever she touch turns to gold. Okay, because look at this picture. The picture itself, because yellow is used to represent abundance. This picture itself is just a representation of abundance. All right. She's very fertile. She's very abundant, and she's sovereign in her feminine power. This is the baddest I'm on. This is the baddest bitch. Okay, this is the baddest fucking bitch. All right. She has a grounded radiance. Okay. She's very nurturing. Okay. So women with this archetype, they usually build communities. They usually are good mentors. They protect those who follow them and those who work for them, especially if they have children. Okay. They sometimes may have a lot of children. Sometimes they might not have children, but they're natural. Even if they're not physically mothers, they naturally have a nurturing presence. It took me a while to realize that not all women are nurturing. Okay. That is a gift. That is an ability. Okay. They have a sovereign presence. They're very sovereign. So they're not codependent on males. Okay. Because even in the major arcana, even in the tarot, okay, the Empress is the third major arcana, and the Emperor is number 4. So you have to go through the Empress to get to the Emperor. So the major arcana is telling you the woman, then there's the man. Okay, you cannot get to the Emperor without going through the Empress first. Okay, so Empress women usually carry themselves with poise, elegance, authoritative leadership in their fields. They command respect without intimidation, which is a form of soft power. Okay, which is ideal if you are a woman. We tend to have soft power. Okay, you get more done. Okay, not to say that it's not needed at times. At times it is needed. Sometimes, I've named the male side of me. My name is Lashira, and the nigga in me, I name him Linux. Okay, sometimes y'all know I'm a little boy. I'm accepting it. Sometimes I'm a YN. I'm a YN and I'm a lady in a fairy ballerina siren. Okay, I've accepted that about me. All right, but at times I'm gonna have to bring out Linux, the emperor in me. But most times I operate in soft power. Okay, so and that's usually what the empress has: soft power. She don't need to raise her voice. Her essence and her presence just command that alone. Okay, again, Not every spiritually gifted woman is an empress. All right. I don't know what makes it. Favor ain't fair. I don't know what to tell you. All right. And she also has a sense of mortality and discernment. Okay. She's very beautiful. She has a refined sense of style. She's not gonna show up like, because there's two different aesthetics. Like there's the baddie and then there's the classy. Okay, your baddies are gonna have your 20, and I was a 25 millimeter girly with the eyelashes. I had real, y'all see my earlier videos, so I ain't gonna shit on that. But growing up, me maturing, I realized I'm going to have to put away the long eyelashes. Okay, that's just the next step in maturation. All right. So Empress women are typically not going to be the baddie aesthetic. Okay, with the long eyelashes and the crop tops and the really, 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 really tight leggings and the soup. They're not gonna really be dressing like that. Okay. Now that's more of the queens. Okay, especially the Queen of Wands. Okay, but again, the Queen of Wands has the answers to the Empress. Okay, it's not hierarchy. It's just, again, feminine mastery. All right. So a refined sense of style. All right. Naturally, they have maternal leadership. They are often caretakers of larger groups. So your fans, your collaborators, and your communities, beyond traditional family roles. They have emotional intelligence, but they have it with boundaries. Now, some examples of these women, so y'all can get an idea of what I'm talking about, because the women that I'm about to name, y'all gonna see what I'm talking about when I'm talking about Empress women, and I'm gonna point out some women in pop culture and celebrity culture that are more of the queen. So your Queen of Wands, your Queen of Pentacles, your Queen of Cups, and your Queen of Swords. Okay, so your Empress type individuals will be Beyonce, hands down. Beyonce is an Empress. Okay, Rihanna. Okay, Giselle. What Giselle the model? Tom Brady's wife. I'm gonna talk about her too. Okay, uh Giselle, Tom Brady's ex-wife, I'm sorry. Viola Davis, Sierra, Selena, Beady 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 Bamba. That's Selena. Okay. Shira 7. Okay, Shira 7 is the epitome. Okay, Shira 7 is the epitome of the Empress archetype. Okay, that is the epitome of the Empress archetype. I'm already talking about Cardi B, so I'm gonna put Cardi B in there. Aaliyah, Princess Diana, Angela Bassett, Janet Jackson, Michelle Obama, Meryl Streep in The Devil Wears Prada, and you have it's this YouTube creator. Her name is the Level Up Guru. Okay, she is the epitome of the Empress. Okay, so these are all examples of Empress archetype women. So all the women I just named, are they not dynamic? Are they not magical? Are they not, they're different. Now, never compare it to the queen. So again, your queens, your four queens. Now, like I said, it's not about hierarchy of what's better and what's not. It's just one, favor, because like I said, some favor ain't fair. And it's about feminine mastery. All right. So I'm gonna give you an example of queens. And it has nothing to do with beauty, because I want y'all to understand what's the difference. So your queens could include what's her name? Sweetie. And like I said, I made this list all on my own. I just thought about it. Okay. You got Sweetie, the rapper, Lori Harvey, Summer Walker, Tyra Banks, Naomi Campbell, Lotto, and I used Carrie Bradshaw from Sex and the City. I also did put Nicki Minaj down here. But Nicki Minaj has the ability to become an Empress, but her feminine energy is severely, severely blocked. And I think it's because of her upbringing. So, in some miracle, if she can manage to balance her childhood upbringing and work through her parental issues, Nicki Minaj can be a Empress. But because of that certain feminine mastery that she lacks, she is more like the Queen of Wands. Okay, she's really more like the Queen of Wands, and I would kind of put her in the category of maybe the Queen of Pentacles too. Okay, but all the women I just listed, right? They are queens. All right, versus Empress. They're two different. Now, I know Cardi B is kind of controversial. So when y'all think of spiritually gifted women or anointed women, again, y'all be thinking about women having long ass skirts all the way down to their ankles, no skin showing, no hair showing, hijab. Y'all think a divine feminine supposed to be a virgin, okay? But little do you know that Jesus' mother was a hoe. Little do y'all know that Mary Magdalene was a whore. Okay, she was a hoe. She was a prostitute. Okay, she knew how to ride that thing like a soldier. Okay, all right. And that's the power that come with an empress. Okay, so even when you're born an empress, you naturally have a sexual sensual magnetism to you. Now sometimes it can be dangerous, and I know I've experienced this. I haven't experienced any SA, but if you like as a child, I had a lot of sexual magnetism. Um, when you're born, but that sexual magnetism is just a byproduct of your creativity of that sacral, because the empress, okay, the empress, and if you look at the colors, the empress is representation of that sacral energy. This is the mother, and even in the depiction of the empress in the wider weight deck, she's pregnant. She's pregnant. She's sitting on her throne. Does she look like she work hard? No, she don't. She take care of her own. She take care of her kids. She can cook a nice pot roast. Okay, she's very sovereign. She can make her own money. She can also have somebody else give her money too. She chilling. Okay, look at all this abundance. Okay, this is God's daughter. Okay, so y'all, you have to stop thinking that virtue, quote unquote virtue, is what make a woman honorable, because those same those same virtues that patriarchy has taught men and women that should be in women is just only used to make men feel safe. So a woman should be refined because that's her personality. She should not be refined or cover herself up. Now, I'm not saying go outside in a thong and put some pleasers on and yeah, girl, woman's empowerment. No. Sex appeal, this is what the Empress is about. Even though the Empress is very sensual and sexual, she represents the wisdom that comes with sex. Okay. Sex, even though it can't is the lowest form of communication that a biological organism can have, especially a human, okay, the higher archetype of that is to have sex with wisdom. Okay, I'm not talking about like she don't know what she doing, this bitch just giving it out. I'm not talking about that. Okay, that's recklessness. Okay, so a lot of people associate sexual women with recklessness. Okay, but if you have sex with wisdom, okay, and Cardi got a pass, and I understand, I'm a dancer, she's a dancer, ex dancer, we both ex strippers. So stuff like that, having an ability to generate abundance energy in your sacral is a gift. Okay, this is why prostitution is illegal, and this is why a lot of men are jealous of women. Okay, it's because I can go out right now. I don't have a whole bunch of money in my account, but I can go out right now, get in the club, go down the street to Gaslamp, get in the club for free, get drinks for free, and come home. Most men, I mean, unless they gay, but a lot of men think that they should be men without the responsibility of being a man. They want the respect of a man, but don't want the responsibility of being a man. That's like saying I want to be president, but you don't want to attend press conferences. Like, bitch, that's what come with it. Like, how the fuck you want to be a president, but you don't want to attend press conferences and senate meetings and sign bills? You just want to be president. It don't work like that. Like, there's a response. If you want a position, you have to also accept the responsibilities that come with that. So, in regards to when I say Cardi B is an empress, again, it has nothing to do with being a quote unquote virtuous woman. It's the ability, one, is something in her sacral that makes her magnetic. And a byproduct of that is her spiritual gifts. She's very spiritually inclined. She has a Cancer Mars. Okay. Very intuitive, very spiritually inclined. Has the gift for foresight, very nurturing. Okay. And then when you have an empress, when it comes to, again, okay, now we transitioning. When you have an empress, and then the Empress gets with the man, because you gotta understand the Empress is like God's daughter. Okay, the Empress is literally God. This is God's daughter. Okay, this is literally the uh human version of God. Okay, and you see I'm wearing my old shoe necklace. The Empress archetype is literally the physical representation of the love goddesses in human form. Okay, so again, y'all be thinking Oshun and Freya and Isis and Bastet and Hathor. Who else I'm missing? I'm missing somebody. I feel it. What other love goddess I'm missing? Y'all be thinking these love goddesses are just so, oh, Oshun, oh, Freya, I honor you. From the east to the west to the north to the south. Baby, the love goddesses be fucking. Okay, the love goddesses is hoes. And I'm not talking about hoes like she just giving it out. But they like the fuck. Okay, you think Aphrodite don't like the fuck? You think Aphrodite ain't rode a dick or two? You think Aphrodite ain't a sex worker? Aphrodite is a sex worker, baby. Okay? Because if like the Empress represents, because abundance doesn't necessarily have to be money. So the Empress represents abundance. And money is just a byproduct of abundance. The Empress, it could be an abundance of opportunities, an abundance of love, an abundance of I don't know. Like you can find abundance anywhere in your environment. Hell, you just gotta have gratitude. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, so y'all be looking at appearances, but all the while, the love goddesses and the Empress, they're hoes. Okay, that's why Sheer 7 is the way she is. And I'm not talking about hoes who give it out for nothing. Okay, when I say hoe, okay, I mean somebody who exchanges time and energy for money. Okay, because men are draining. Okay, and this leads me to my next point. Bam, we on point. Okay, so when it comes to, and I'm a lay out what's happening between Offset and what's happening between Cardi B, and I'm gonna relate my experiences because people tend to take advantage of women with Empress energy. But then when we're gone, all of the favor that they had, all of the sunshine, all of that good nourishment energy is gone. Okay, because this is what we bring. Okay, and how I started to really accept the fact that I was an Empress in 2021, and probably I think for like them last 2 years between 2020 and 2021, I started to get the Empress card more. Okay, and I remember in 2021, I told you 2021 was my worst year yet because I really accepted that year. I got out the military, so I was financially insecure. Though I was working in the clubs, I didn't know where I was going financially. You know what I'm saying? I was insecure about that. Number two, I got betrayed by my family for the 15th millionth time, and I really just accepted the fact that these niggas, they really don't fuck with me like that. So I really got to cut these niggas off for the rest of my life. Boom, realized my family didn't fuck with me. Then on top of that, Young Dolph died that same year. Okay, so 2021 was a shitty fucking year for me. Okay, and I felt like shit. I felt like the lows of the fucking low. Okay, and I remember when I was doing readings on myself, and I bust out crying. I kept pulling the Empress card, like, and that was spirit reminding me, hey, you might feel like shit right now, and no matter what's going on, you're still the Empress. I kept getting this card, and every single time I do a read on myself, this card come out. Every time this card come out, I know I'm gonna be good. I know, like when this card come out, when I do my readings now, it's just like, bitch, get your shit together. Know who you be, okay? And then I be snapping the fuck out of it. So that's when I really accepted the fact, okay, boom, I am an Empress archetype. I'm going to accept it. All right. Now, when it comes to relationships with men don't have wombs. Therefore, they can't generate as much energy in a sacrals like women can. Okay. Unless he's a warlock. And if he's a warlock, get the fuck away from him. Or if he's a warlock, just take the dick and make sure he gets some cash from him. That's a different story from a different time. I know how to work a warlock, honey. So men, even consciously or unconsciously, when you're with a man, they drain your energy. Whether they're aware of it or not, some men know what they're doing, but some don't. It's similar to a socket in the plug. The woman or the Empress would be the socket, okay? The socket in your wall. And then when you plug something up to it, so again, you know a plug. When you see a plug, okay, it's resembles the penis, okay? It's the same thing. The man, the electric socket, boom. They get so the power source is the socket, the man is the plug. So when you see the plug doesn't really have the ability to generate energy on its own. It needs the socket, like this ring light right here. This ring light can't turn on by itself. That's the man. So I need to plug it into the wall where my electricity is installed in my apartment so I can make the ring light work. Okay. So men, consciously or subconsciously, they take, okay, whether they mean to or not, okay, they take from women. Okay. And when a man has an Empress, that's like hitting the lottery, nigga. Okay. All yes, women can generate energy. Okay. But when you have an Empress, that's like the lottery. Okay. It don't get no better than that. And if you fumble an Empress, you can't get another one unless you do the spiritual work. Okay. Like, I don't know why niggas be thinking that, because spiritually and karmically it's impossible. Okay. That's like you failing the 11th grade and you say, all right, fuck it. I'm a drop out the 11th grade and I'm gonna go apply for my PhD. How the fuck you gonna that? It don't work like that. Like, you didn't even pass the 11th grade. Like, so what makes you think you finna go and get your PhD? It's the same exact thing. Like, you cannot go higher than the Empress because she is the queen of queens. Okay, so when you have one, that's literally God's gift to man. All right, and the only way that a woman can get replenished by a man is through resources. Now that I'm older, okay, it's time for us to get serious. Okay, it's time for us to grow up. Okay, the physical realm is Saturn. Saturn is about discipline, restrictions, and reality. Okay, hardcore reality, hardcore actions equate to consequences. If I jump out this window right now due to this free will, I'm going to break my hip and my leg. That is a consequence that I'm going to have to sit and experience and deal with. Okay, in the 3D, in the Saturn realm called Earth, there are real consequences here. Okay, so if you just have somebody to take and take and take as an Empress, and you see that in some relationships. In some relationships, you see how, well, most of them I see, you see how the man, his face all clear and shit, he look all good, and then the woman, she might gain some weight, or even if she ain't gaining no weight, her face don't look the same before she got into that relationship. Her beauty all drained, skin dull. Okay, she ain't glowing no more. She looks stressed out, and the whole time that man looking fresh, replenished, because he's taking from her, okay, and not putting anything back. Okay, he's taking from her and not putting anything back. And it can be a mixture. She's not putting anything towards herself. She's just constantly being an outsource to this man, and this man is sucking that energy away. And then when that happens, this is where shit get tricky. When a man does that, and then this is where the cheating comes in, because it be other women that see that man looking good, like, dang, he look all good. And I'm gonna get into that. And that's what happened with Cardi and Offset. Okay, Cardi and Offset, he was feeding off her energy for a while. And if you remember in 2023, that nigga looked good. Like 2023, when he was in that GQ cover, Offset looked good, skin glowing. Like, I had commented on his video 2 years ago when Offset was in when he did that GQ spread and posted them videos. I commented, I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna say too much because I'm gonna have respect to Cardi because it's her husband. And I got like 1,000 likes from that comment because Offset was looking good, okay, in that GQ spread. But he was looking good like that. You see, like, I'm gonna show y'all. Cause I made sure I found it and I'm gonna save it. He looked good. He don't look like that now. Cause she took that motherfucking energy back. So I'm about to go through this. Okay, look at this. He don't this nigga. Oh, wait, hold on. Look at this. Look at how this nigga was looking. Okay, attached to Cardi. He don't look like that now. Look how good that nigga was looking good. Okay, this is what an empress will do to you. God, well, he deleted his social media now, like a day ago. But this nigga don't look like this now. He don't look like this. Why? Because his empress, his divine feminine, because he portrayed her, snatch that motherfucking magic back. Okay, give me my shit back. Okay, and I've had that because that's what happened. I don't even want to tell you. I don't even be transparent about what happened with me in my relationship, honey. That was a year ago. But when you detach from a man and you an empress, baby, all that favor go out the window. Okay. So, and then two, a disclaimer. Disclaimer. All right. When you are this archetype, okay. When you are this archetype, or this can be just for women in general. Okay. The most important thing I learned as a woman. Men don't siphon your energy just through sex. Just a simple hello from a man down the street can make his whole day. Just a simple look, okay? Just a simple look from a man can make his whole day, okay? If you would just touch his shoulder, he would make his whole day, okay? Literally, okay? So as an empress or even as a woman, the biggest thing that I learned was you cannot give every man attention, okay? Because once you start giving certain men attention, women's energy, especially if you're an empress, is so powerful, bro. A woman's attention and your love and affection towards him can make him feel like he a nigga that he not. And then he gonna start turning on you. I don't know if I'm loud or not. But then he gonna start turning on you. He gonna start using his magic on you to try to shit on you, and because your attention, him being with you, boosts his ego up. So now when I realized that with my ex, I'm like, you're delusional. Like I created a monster. Like because I'm nurturing, and because not only am I nurturing, I make you look good. I get you into spaces that you've never been before. That's what usually happens with empresses and divine feminines. We usually elevate our men, not monetarily, but getting him around crowds that he never used to be in. Offset would never fucking have an affiliation with GQ if it wasn't for Cardi. Never. Same thing with Sierra, because I mentioned that Sierra is an Empress archetype too. Future wasn't dressing how he was with Sierra. Like when Sierra got him into different fashions and stuff, and he at different fashions and shows and shit. That nigga, both of them niggas from Atlanta. They from Atlanta hood niggas. Them niggas that be selling waters on the corner and twisting their hair and shit. Them niggas. That's them niggas. And then same thing with my relationship. My last relationship, I'm bringing you around a different crowd. Nigga, you used to go into Applebee's. I'm making you go step outside your comfort zone and go to restaurants that got valet parking. I got you talking to white men, I got you talking to white collar white men that would never acknowledge you unless I wasn't with you. You having whole conversations with stockbrokers, architects. Okay. You having whole conversations with white collar, high earning white men that you would never have if I wasn't with you. Come on now. That's how powerful a woman is. Okay. That's how powerful Empress's energy is. Okay. Come on, somebody. Now, just a few of the consequences. So, consequence number 1, karmic backlash. When you betray an Empress woman, all right, as a man. Karmic backlash, imbalance of creation in nourishment. Okay, betrayal disrupts the flow of life-giving energy you rely on, or yeah, basically. So when you betray an Empress, you cut off it's like cutting off your arm. You cutting off your life source. You know you're getting a life source and you cutting it off. All right. So the consequences of that is stagnation, misfortune, the loosening of prosperity until restitution or self-nourishment is restored, aka the loss of money. We see that Offset now, no money. That's why he's trying to take hers. Okay. All the bitches that he had cheated on Cardi with, that's one thing when you are Empress archetype too. You will have other women want your man because you have him. Okay. Some women don't even want the nigga. Some nigga don't even want the nigga that you with. They want you. That's what happened in my last relationship. Oh, girl didn't even want him. Okay. She wanted to be next. She wanted to be next to me. Okay. It wasn't him he was chasing. It was me she was chasing. Okay. Because of that energy that I put on him. And then when I snatched that shit back and and then she realized, oh shit, like maybe it is. Like I'm done with this nigga. Like, have him. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, I feel like I hate when people think they like in a competition with you or they like taking a man from you, but you don't really care. Like how I like to put it is, I don't think I said this. Like, I don't really care what happens to you after I discard you. Like, if you finish a 10-piece chicken wing and throw it in the trash, 2 weeks later, are you thinking about, damn, I wonder what happened to that carton of chicken wings that I threw away? I wonder where it is. I wonder, did it make it to the dumpster? You don't care because you don't give a fuck because you threw it away. It has no meaning to you anymore. Once you throw something away, it has no meaning. You don't give a fuck where it go, long as it get the fuck away from me. Okay, same thing. All right, so that's the first thing that happens when you betray a Empress or a divine feminine nigga. You gonna lose your money, okay? Because the Empress is literally it's Venus, okay? It's literally the love goddess of prosperity and money. So you're literally betraying money, nigga. Hello? You're literally betraying money because I told y'all money is feminine. Money is a woman, all right? All of the love goddesses, they rule over money. Freya, Aphrodite, Oshun, they all rule over money. Lakshmi, okay? They all rule over money. So if you betray an Empress who is the human embodiment of money, nigga, you're gonna lose money, dummy. Okay. So consequence number one, that has happened. That nigga, and I can say for me on my side, that nigga lost some money, a lot of it, and still losing it. All right. Number two, loss of sovereignty and feminine creative power. All right. The Empress, I said in the beginning, is a symbol of sovereign creativity. Betrayal might diminish your connection to your inner creation. Okay. As a consequence, creative blocks are experienced, loss of confidence, loss of glow in appearance, and difficulty manifesting desires. Okay. So when you betray an Empress, all that shit get cut off. All right. Just like Tom Brady's wife. All right. Giselle admitted that she used to, which is some shit I would definitely do, some Empress shit, because we like to do magic for our husbands so they can prosper materially, because if they prosper materially, we prosper materially. So when she was like, listen, nigga, you don't want all these Super Bowls. I need you home to be a husband and a father. He said, nah, I want to play one more season and try to get another ring. And then, I'll wait. And like I said, you know how men do. That probably wasn't even going to be the last season. Because if he would have won that season, he probably would have still been playing football. But she like, nah, I've been doing this magic for you to get these fucking wins. For you to, even though you are talented as Tom Brady, okay? Because that's what happens when you're an Empress. When you're an Empress, whatever you attach to amplifies. Okay? So if you're an Empress with a bum, it's going to amplify his bumness, and you're not going to get anything in return. Okay, that's going to be a swap. You're going to be drained, looking depleted. You're going to be looking like the bum, and he's going to be looking like the Empress. Okay, so you got to be careful. Well, this is just with a woman in general. You have to be careful what you attach yourself to, because what you attach yourself to amplifies. So would you rather attach yourself to somebody who's a bum, or would you rather attach yourself to somebody who already got something going on? Okay, even if you ain't a millionaire, hell, if I'm making $500K and I'm attached to an Empress, I can easily become a millionaire within a year. If I'm already a millionaire and try to be a billionaire, and if I'm attached to an Empress In a couple years, I'll probably be a billionaire because I'm attached to the Empress. It's that energy that's feeding it and amplifying it. Okay. So Tom Brady broke his promise to his wife to officially retire and stay home and be a husband and help me raise his kids. He said, no, all right, I'm getting a divorce. She took her magic back. That nigga had one of the worst seasons ever. That nigga had a terrible, awful fucking season. Okay. Why? Because he didn't honor his goddess. He didn't honor his wife. And she didn't ask for nothing crazy. Giselle told Tom, look, just come home. Help me raise your sons. I'm only a woman. I can't teach your sons how to be a man, Tom. Why don't you take the season off and come home and be, no, I don't want to do that. I'm Tom Brady, so I probably need one more ring and pride, and I'm a man, and watch me beat my chest. All right, Tom. Well, I'm divorcing you, and I'm taking the kids, and I'm taking my magic back, and good luck. And that nigga played a shitty ass fucking season, and now he's sitting his ass. Now he like, okay, well, if I'm playing another season, I might as well sit my ass down now. No. Okay, that's example number one. Example number two is affecting creativity. Okay, so example number two is Offset. So we know that Cardi has the hottest album of the year. Okay, that shit went platinum the first day. That shit went platinum the first day. The first day it dropped, that shit went platinum. Offset dropped 2 albums, and the last one he just dropped didn't even sell 8,000 units. To be honest, I didn't even know the nigga dropped the fucking album. And that's what usually happens. Okay. Her album is, I think her album is triple platinum now. I think total the 2 albums that he dropped, I think the first one he dropped was sold 29,000 units, and then the last one that he recently dropped sold 8,000 units. So nigga, you telling me your shit didn't even make it? Your shit selling below 40,000 units. And then the woman, your ex-wife who you betrayed, her album is triple platinum. I don't even think Amigos' album ever made triple platinum. Maybe platinum, maybe. I don't even think of, but triple platinum, that sells a lot. Okay, when you betray an empress, when you bite the hand that feeds you, when you betray a love goddess, all your creativity gets snatched the fuck up. Give me that shit back. Thank you. Number 3. Okay. Wounding trust and relational energy. The Empress also embodies mindful nurturing in relationships, including family, community, and partnerships. The consequence of betrayal: strained alliances, erosion of trust, damaged reputation. We see that now. Offset doesn't have a good reputation right now. Let's keep it a buck. Miscommunication or alienation from communities that depend on your nurturing and leadership, aka the Migos. Okay, because as a result of Offset's betrayal, and if y'all don't know, Offset did have relations with Sweetie, the rapper, rich nigga, 8-figure, that's my type, nigga, that's my type. They did sleep together. Okay, and as a result, guess what happened? Migos end up breaking up. Offset broke up Migos. Nigga, you broke up Migos. Migos. I'm getting so mad. And you know what's mad? Why I'm getting mad about that? I said 2 things are indicators of the end of the world. And I used to be playing. 2 things. I said, if Migos ever broke up, and if Arizona ever becomes more than $1. Nigga, we're living. Nigga, we're experiencing 2 of those things right now. Nigga, I went to the store. Okay. Arizona is $2.19. Okay. This is the end of the world. Okay. I always said that. I'm like, bro, if Migos break up and if they charge over $1 for Arizona, it's the end of the world. Sure enough, that's what it is. Okay. So as a result of betraying an empress, you get mistrust in your community. Okay. And as an example, due to Offset's betrayal with Sweetie, he ended up breaking up the Migos. So now, even though Takeoff dead, I I don't even think he can even come to Quavo. I don't even think, because even if he didn't sleep with Sweetie, they could have still just, all right, fuck it, like, I'm getting a divorce, okay, but I still got Migos. You don't even have a brotherhood no more. So it's like, okay. And then I think she was still with him after I don't even think she knew. I think she found out later, but yeah, as a result, your community, that's what happened with my ex. Niggas found out he was lying. Now he lost his credibility. Now niggas looking at him sideways. Do you think right now my ex is looking at how he looking? No, he's not. Okay. Or even then, I keep telling y'all, stop fucking with spiritual people, bro. Like, just stop doing it. Like, just stop. Because I'll be noticing too how I feel about people. It determines, like, it determines the trajectory of their life. That's one thing I noticed. Like, and that is a very powerful gift that I have, but I do it responsibly. I'm not, oh nigga, I'm mad at you. So no, I have been bestowed a power and I use it responsibly because I don't fuck with nobody. I was saying this earlier. I don't fuck with nobody. Okay. I treat everybody like I want to be treated. Sometimes I overgive. I am good to people. Okay. I'm good to people. I might be stern, but I'm fair as fuck. Okay. So the moment you betray me, bro, and I've built a relationship with my ancestors to the point where because like my paternal ancestors, they don't give a fuck. Like, you want to know where like this rah-rah, this masculine energy come from? My paternal bloodline, my father's bloodline, all of my father's brothers have Aries moons. I'm like, damn, that's where I get my Aries moon. All of them have Aries placement. So that's why I talk how they're very ruthless. Like, they don't care. Like, they'll put your baby in a microwave type shit. Like, my ancestors don't care. So I'm getting to a point now where you do me wrong, bitch. Nigga, chop your dog up and put your dog on your front porch. That's how I really feel now because I don't fuck with nobody. And how I know this shit happened, I was talking to a nigga for 8 weeks and I cut that nigga off like 3 weeks ago. When we first started talking, that's how I know a nigga insecure. You know a nigga insecure when he start playing games. Like, you know, I know you like me, but you're purposely, and people don't be thinking nigga, I see you. Like, there's nothing that get past me. Like, I know you insecure about talking to me when you try to limit contact in hopes that I chase you. I'm not about to do that. So I remember this nigga I was talking to, it was in the beginning stages of me talking to him, even though it was like a 2-month fling. For 3 days, nigga, this nigga didn't text me for 3 days. So I'm like, all right, well, you know me. Nigga don't talk to you at least after. Okay, we ain't got to talk every day. But anything after 24 hours, bro, you don't like me. Point blank period. You don't like me. So I start feeling some type of way. I'm like, well, fuck that nigga. Like, oh shit, fuck that nigga. Like, and then I was about to block him and follow him and everything. Why this nigga tell me? And that energy that I had, I was mad. Like, I'm like, nigga, the audacity. Like, it wasn't even the audacity he tried to not talk to me for 3 days. It's the audacity that you trying to play mind games with me. I don't like people playing mind games with me because I'm trying to be genuine. You trying to be strategic. Like, fuck you. Okay. So in them 3 days, he didn't text me. He got into a car accident. And I was mad at it. Like, I was mad at him. I remember I sent that energy. I'm like, fuck that nigga. Come to find out that nigga got into a car accident. Don't fuck with me. Find something safe to do, nigga. So, I mean, I ended up cutting him off anyway. I mean, I ain't been touched in like a year. I've been in a relationship for a year. So I have needs. Okay. So I did prolong it more than it should have been prolonged. Cause bitch, I had needs. I ain't been touched. I haven't been touched since September 2024. Okay. I had needs. But yeah, like, I was mad. I really was mad at that nigga because I'm like, you playing mind games and I don't fuck with that. And come to find out that nigga got into a car accident. Stop playing with me, nigga. And when he told me about it, I had to play dumb, like, oh, for real, that's fucked up. But when he told me that, it's like, yeah, nigga, I know why you got into that car accident, because you fucking with me. Because you fucking with me. Stop fucking with me, bro. Because I'll be genuine with people, but people be strategic. I don't like that. Fuck you. Okay. Next. Okay. Then I'm done. All right. I'm almost done. Okay, so I told y'all when you betray your empress, it affects your reputation, and like I said, all that spiritual, all that magnetism that you had is sucked up, including I did mention he broke up he no longer has the trust of the Migos. He has a bad public reputation now, and also like he'll never. Like I said, unless he do the spiritual work, but let's be honest, most men don't do the spiritual work. So I'm gonna just leave it at that. He'll never get another opportunity to work with brands like GQ. Okay. He'll never be on a fucking magazine like Vogue or some shit like that. Okay. He'll never get those opportunities that he had connected to Cardi. Cause like I said, without Cardi, that nigga wouldn't be on no goddamn GQ. That was Cardi's energy. That was her work. All right. Um, Betraying the divine feminine or empress can cost you your intuition. Okay. I've also experienced this. So because the Empress is the divine feminine and she does have mastery over the her intuition, okay? Um this affection was so when she pulls her energy back, that affects your intuition. So when your intuition is blocked, especially as a man, this is why people be going in circles. It's like you keep running into the wall over and over again. And it's like yo, like that sixth sense ain't kicking in. Like, hey, perhaps we should just step back from the wall and pivot and go another way. That's what it's like not having intuition. It's just running into the wall endlessly, hoping for another result, and as a result, that can keep you in cycles. So we see that now. After him and Cardi announced they divorced publicly, he started popping out with a whole bunch of different random fucking bitches. Like I said, and again, them bitches only wanted to be around him because of Cardi. Okay. And I swear to God, if he really wanted to, that's why I'm saying none of them bitches probably stay around because they realizing without Cardi energy, he lame. They realize that's because I guarantee if Offset had the ability to be or show off another public relationship to compete with Cardi, because he already tried to compete with her in album sales. She dropped an album. Now you dropping an album. Now you got to drop 2 albums to compete with her 1 album. You feel me? So that black intuition comes from, oh, maybe I shouldn't be around women right now. No, you doing dumb, impulsive ass decisions. Okay? You keeping all these women around you, thinking that you the man, but whole time the women only want to be around you because you're associated with Cardi. And then the more they're around you, they realizing, oh shit, this nigga really lame. And I was already only attracted to him because he was associated with Cardi. Because again, when you're the divine feminine, when you have when you're attached to a man, other women who are not divine feminines, they're not attracted to that man. They are attracted to the energy that you've been pouring into that man, and then that man uses your energy. He uses the feminine energy that he siphons from you to attract other women. So again, it's not even them that they want, him that they want. They want the energy that Cardi was over him. But once that shit wore off, they realized, oh, this nigga just a lame. And that's why he ain't got no bitch right now. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. Nobody probably want to stick around him long term because they realize that he a lame. Because just how Cardi showing her relationship in public, that's what he want to do too. He want to have somebody be like, yeah, I got somebody too. But no woman likes you like that because they were only fucking with you because of Cardi. Okay, next. And then I think this is the final one. All right. Energetic debt and energetic debt and debt payback cycles. Okay. The Empress is linked to abundance in the cycles of giving and receiving. Okay, because the Empress is a giver. She's very abundant. She's very nurturing. She's very giving. Okay. The consequences of betrayal. Okay. Energetic debt, feeling depleted, overgiving, or being overgiven to by others. AKA, we see now that all of a sudden Offset is in debt with the IRS. Like I said, karma is just fucking this nigga up. Like I said, I don't know if this is just her anointing as an empress, because Cardi does do work too. She does a little Santeria work. Everybody. Well, unless you're perceptive, Cardi does spiritual work. Okay, so she probably lit a candle on that nigga or put that nigga in a jar or something. If she hasn't, girl, that's what you need to do. Okay, so this is why now This nigga is so much debt. Okay, so giving and receiving in terms of, again, the divine feminine in the Empress is the representation of Venus. Venus is a representation of money. So when you disrespect Venus, you disrespect your money and your creativity. Again, you think you're hurting her, but in the reality, you're just hurting yourself. Okay, because you know, you know, like the wall socket is the generator of electricity. Okay, the plug don't mean shit without the plug ain't shit without the wall socket. Hello. All right, so this is why he want her money, because he created an imbalance in giving and receiving. As a result, his karma is now the government and probably other people he probably owe money to are on his ass. Now he in a whole bunch of, not only is he in energetic debt, aka karmic debt. Okay, now you're in physical debt. You owe the government, nigga. Okay, and he not getting that money, so that nigga can try. And then lastly, this the last one, and then I'm gonna wrap up. Okay, I'm making pretty decent time. Okay, betraying okay, betraying the Empress, who represents nurturing, can ripple outwards. Okay, affecting family lineage, community stability, and cultural or spiritual lineage. Consequence of betrayal: collective unease, generational patterns resurfacing, and a call to repair family or community histories. Okay, what's going on with Offset? How does that apply to Offset? Let me tell you what we see, and let me tell you what I know. My intuition is telling me. Okay, what we see is, we saw maybe a couple weeks ago Offset's mama or his auntie, one of them women, part of his family. They had made some posts basically insinuating that Cardi should pay Offset. Okay, okay, family shit. Okay, so now Cardi not being attached to Offset no more. His family dynamics is falling apart. Now I'm assuming that Offset was taking care of some of the women, the matriarchs in his family. Now that the money running dry, now they want to attack Cardi. Okay, because this is causing issues in family dynamics, and then that's probably issues with money in his family lineage is probably something generational. Okay. Also, how I mentioned how um collective unease, generational patterns resurfacing, and a call to repair family and community uh histories, right? Mind you, Cardi was taking care of Offset's children. Okay, I think he had how many kids? I don't know how many kids he got outside of Cardi, honey. But she admitted, like, hey, I treat his kids like my own. And I'm sure that now Offset's kids that are not by Cardi, they probably looking at Offset like, Daddy, what we gonna do with it? Well, if Cardi's gone, what's gonna happen? And then his baby mamas is probably like that too. Well, damn, like Cardi was helping doing A, B, and C and D, because most of the time Cardi was at one point in time paying for all the expenses of the house or all the expenses in that marriage. So now that Cardi's no longer around, his kids probably be like, oh, what's going to happen to Cardi, Daddy? Are we ever going to see Cardi again? Daddy, when can I see Cardi? So his kids probably bugging him, what's going on between Cardi? When can I see Cardi again? Because she was providing that nurturing. Not that that's some real ass shit. Okay, I'm not even sure if I would do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even sure if I would do that, you know. But that's an example of the Empress. Everybody gets love. Everybody is shown love. Even though your kids ain't my kids, I'ma still treat them like my kids. So now that Cardi ain't around, the kids that Offset had outside of Cardi, they looking at him like, damn, when the fuck Cardi gonna come back? Are we ever gonna see her again? What's gonna happen? And so that's probably in his head. They probably wonder where Cardi is. And then his baby mamas too is like, okay, well, when Cardi was around, this was going like this. Now that Cardi ain't around, he probably having issues with his baby mamas right now. Guarantee. Look at that nigga. He don't look as vibrant. I don't, like I said, when he get his what do you call that? His Instagram is, because he deleted his social media because he be wild. But when he get his social media back online, take a look at him. Take a look at him compared to 2023. And I'm gonna show you this GQ shit one more time. So those are the concepts. In conclusion, if you are blessed And this is not even just about romantic heterosexual relationships. This can be anything. Okay, this can be family and friends. Okay, because as the Empress, we bring so much vibrancy and creativity, and even our creativity is sometimes stolen from our lovers, our family, and our friends. Okay, I've had lovers steal my lingo. Now you telling my jokes to your friends to make it seem like you came up with that shit. You using my little ad libs. You know I'm a little quirky. I'm a little nerdy. Okay, that's me. Okay, you using my little quirks and adopting them as yours and telling it to your friends as if it's yours. Even in family dynamics. Now that I'm not with my family no more, I know it's boring as fuck. Sunshine gone. Hello. I know when I remove that, and that's why people be mad when you leave. This is why, because when you have a abundant energy, okay, when you like, that's why they call it human resources. Human beings are resources, and unfortunately, some humans are more valuable than others. Like material goods. Sometimes the bounty version of paper towel is better and more durable than the great value version at Walmart's paper towel. It's better quality. Then there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. So bringing that into, if you know that you embody this, okay, you have to treat, when you are the Empress, male or female, doesn't matter, because it's men that who can embody the abundant energy. When you know you have a golden aura or a golden womb, when you know you have this, when you know you bring gold to people, you have to treat yourself like business. You have to treat yourself like a business. Okay. And your money, I mean, in your time and your attention, especially if you're a woman, is like money. Okay. Because if you give it to the wrong people, it creates a karmic imbalance where they take from you, trying to make it seem like your shit is their shit. I done been in people's lives where things only go good when I'm in their life. So they thinking that all this prosperity shit is happening because of them on their own. But it's because that when I'm involved with people, I create an umbrella of protection. Okay. That's what it's like being an Empress. When you are involved with people, you elevate them simply by being around them. Okay. You create, even if they're going through karma. Okay. Karma for them won't happen until you get out the way. Like literally, that's how powerful energy is. You can literally be the shield of somebody's karmic lessons. And because God loves you so much, God will be like, okay, I know this person do care about this person. Even though God know this person ain't shit. Okay, my child do love this person. So it's like a VIP club. One friend know, okay, I can get us backstage. And then next thing you know, that's how it works. Same thing in the spiritual world. Some people are more connected to source or have more favor than other people. And when you're connected to other people, that favor runs up on them. But the thing becomes where, again, they start to think that their luck, their energy, and all this great sunshine is happening because of them. And then they turn on you and make it seem like, and it's like an energy switch. Okay, it's like an energy switch. They start to look at you like the Dusty. And they start to look at themselves like the Empress, man or woman. And then they start to bite the hand that feed them. And at that part, when it happens, snatch your shit up. Snatch that shit up. That's what I had to learn last year in my relationship. I'm like, all right, because me being around this nigga got this nigga thinking he a nigga that he ain't. And here I am trying to be loving, and I'm trying to be, women, we a fixer. Patriarchy taught us to be a fixer. I don't do that. No, I am a selfish, evil hoe now. I don't care. What are you doing for me? I don't give a fuck about that. But that was a lesson that I need to learn to get to this point. Okay. I'm sitting here trying to be a fixer. You thinking I'm the Dusty, bitch. You the Dusty. I'm trying to be nice. I'm doing charity work. Now I ain't gonna talk too much shit about my past relationship, because he did take care of me. He did provide me with a great deal of stability that I needed. I say 90% of the things that I asked for, I got. I barely wanted for anything. And if I did, it wasn't even that long, maybe a couple days, and then I had it. So I'm not gonna lie and say that. I ain't gonna be like that. Like I said, I'm fair, but I'm stern, but I'm fair. Okay. So when you have this type of energy, when you're like this, when you're born like this, when you embody this, you can't get this shit to everybody. You can't get this shit to everybody because it's a gift. And when you snatch that shit back, reality starts to hit them like, oh shit, maybe that person was the key to my success. Oh shit, well, I noticed since they've been gone, life been a little boring, life been a little dull. Since they've been gone, people used to look at me like this. Now they look at me like this. Yeah, because it was this divine feminine energy. And like I said, men or women can carry this because you know I love the gays, honey. But it's this energy that was on them. Okay. So you have to treat your energy like currency. Okay. And spiritual people, we do empresses, people with high energy, especially high sexual energy, who can create anything out of anything. Very important to learn. And this is why when you try to, real quick, and then I'm gonna wrap this up. This is why we try to lead people. When you try to lead people, they crash out. Because people become so, you make people lives so much better that they feel entitled to your energy now. You make people lives, and I'll be like, damn, why do people have so much audacity? Like, and then it's like they be trying to, usually in those type of dynamics, they'll try to, do the narcissistic tactics with the uh with the rage baiting and the gaslighting and the victim role playing and shit like that. Like they'll try to do shit like that to kind of get you to stay, and that's just only to continue to feed off you. Okay, take that shit back. Take your energy back, honey. Take that shit back, child. I know I had to learn that. I can't get everybody attention. Okay, I cannot get everybody. You can't even be, even when you're like this, you can't even be around certain people. I have to realize this. Beauty, especially if you are a woman of beauty. Okay, beauty, you can't hang, baby. Proximity is important. You can't hang at the dive bar. Okay, because it's proximity. Because even if you don't think that you're beautiful, other people think that you're beautiful. That's like having a Ferrari. I'm from Detroit. That's like having a Ferrari on East 7 Mile. Ain't nobody gonna appreciate it. Okay. So you have to be in spaces where people are used to shit. Like when you embody abundant energy, you have to take this shit around people who are used to shit. You have to take this, you can't hang around your same friends. You can't hang around the hood and shit. You can't hang around the places that make you comfortable. I have to realize that I can't hang around certain crowds because one, I don't like people, niggas who I would never talk to be the most busted, dust, disgusted niggas be coming up and talking to me only because of proximity. That's one thing I have to realize about beauty too. Proximity is everything. Because even if I don't give a fuck if you at a gas station on a bad side of town, if you pretty, and then you're gonna be offended. Like, why would he try to talk to me? Do he see me? No, it's because you're putting yourself in proximity where you don't belong. And usually, people in low income areas aren't used to nice shit. Women are viewed as a resource. Beauty is a resource. Okay, beauty is a currency. Okay, you cannot be around certain environments. Okay, and it's not shallow. As a woman, it's not shallow. It's just self-preservation. And now I'm getting over that. I used to think like, oh well, I really shouldn't be all up on my looks or be that concerned. Because I was taught that. Like, I was taught that because I grew up around people who had low self-esteem. Because in my family, I'm the Kim K of my family. I'm the baddest in my family. Okay, and they knew that. They knew that. So my grandma used to say all the time, this was like 13, 14. I'm coming puberty, so I'm trying to discover who I am. Can't even discover who I am. It's like I would like to look at myself in the mirror. Oh, stop looking at yourself in the mirror. That's vanity. Like, damn. Whole time, my grandma don't even look like me. You don't even look like me. Stop taking the opinions of people you would never trade places with. Okay. Stop taking the opinions of people who would never trade places with. I had said that to somebody in my dream. I said to somebody in my dream last night, I'm like, it don't even matter because you would trade places with me faster than I would trade places with you. Okay. So it's not superficial, it's self-preservation. And men and women are completely different. Men are your consumer as a woman. I hate to say it like that, but it's really the truth. Men are your consumer. Okay. And if if you act like that or tell a man that, a divine masculine is going to understand, because a divine masculine, or what they call, well, simps aren't necessarily divine masculine, but men who actually like women are what the patriarchy calls simps. Okay, this is why niggas don't like Russell Wilson. How the fuck you don't like Russell Wilson? Because God forbid a nigga want to be a loving husband and wife. I mean, a husband and father. God forbid. What is he thinking? Why? Okay, God forbid. God forbid a man actually likes a woman. Okay, so this is why they call the men who actually treat women nice, simps. Okay, so if a man don't understand it, he just don't like you. Okay, so men who get offended, well, you using your beauty, that ain't fair. Da, 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 da. He just don't like women. Get the fuck out his face. Okay, so again, when you are Empress energy, you have to treat yourself like a business. You are a resource. Humans, especially males, they will consume you. Okay. That's why you have to guard yourself like a business. Okay. This is Shy the Sage LLC. Okay. You cannot get in if you got a motherfucking wristband. I don't care. Okay. You cannot get in if you're not contributing to my business. You cannot get in. You cannot talk to me unless you're doing something for me. It's not selfishness, it's self-preservation, because this is a business, and energy is a resource. Energy is a resource. So you have to be careful. You cannot hang out with everybody. You gonna have to leave some people behind, or you're gonna have to suffer the consequences of potential destiny swapping. That's why I always tell you, hey, you gotta hang around your equals. Okay. If you hang around your equals, you are more likely to experience destiny swapping. Now, destiny swapping is not real. They cannot take your destiny, but they can trade your energy. They can trade they dusty ass energy for your energy, for this abundance energy. And like I said, they're gonna start thinking that your energy is their energy, and then they gonna start looking at you like the bum, and then that should be your indicator. Oh shit, I shouldn't be around here. This nigga treat me like nigga. You treat me like the back end. What you call that? The back end of the fucking loaf of bread, nigga. Nigga want to treat me like the back end of the fucking nigga. Made you, nigga. You don't even dress out of ears because of me. Okay. Oh, and that's one thing I wanted to say. That's why people be literally last thing I want to say. I know I said that like 3 times. That's why people be upset when you leave, and then they try to use those tactics to try to get you to stay, and then they be offended that you don't need them because they need you. But the thing is, when you the Empress, this is why I can easily ghost people, bro. Because when you the Empress, you can create a whole new reality. Like, I don't give a fuck if you was my family. Okay, I can create a reality where other people love me. Okay, and that's why motherfuckers be getting offended, because a lot of people don't have the life force energy to create a new reality. And like, when I mean create a new reality, create new experiences, meet new people, get new ideas to be like, hey, I've never been to this place before. Let me go here. And then and that's how life is. Like, you get an idea. Okay, I've never been to this place before. Then you go to this place, and the next thing you know, you meet somebody. Bam! Now you in a whole new timeline. That's how crazy reality is. People are like portals. Then you in a whole new timeline because you had just a random idea to go to a place that you never been. Then you meet new friends, and then bam, you in a completely different timeline. You live in a completely different lifestyle compared to the people that you left behind. That's why motherfuckers be mad. That's why motherfuckers be like, mad because you don't need them. I'm and it don't matter about the resource. I had people try to control me with resources and material game. Nigga, one thing I don't like to be is controlled. Okay. First and foremost, you control me, maybe that's a Sagittarius Gemini thing, but I've had Sagittarius to do that. You tell Sagittarius like to rebel for the sake of rebellion. So you tell the Sagittarius to go get a sandwich, they might go get a bowl of ramen instead, just because you told them to go get a motherfucking sandwich. Like, that's how childish they can be sometimes, like rebellious. So maybe that's like the axis of Gemini. But if you tell me to do something, I'm gonna do the opposite, because bitch, I don't like the idea of being controlled. Okay, so that's why people be a certain is like, if you have high spiritual energy, and if you're a woman, if you got that Empress energy, you got a golden womb, so meaning you can create anything. You can create new experiences. You can create new avenues of money. You can create new kids. Okay, that's why I be saying, like, and I know this sounds kind of fucked up, but this is what it's like to be a god. Okay, I've always said that if I want a man and he betrayed me, and I gotta keep a baby, that baby going to CPS. I don't know, no shade, no tea. I don't know how the fuck y'all be doing that shit. I don't know how the fuck. Because I be thinking about that shit all the time. Like, damn, what if I would have had a baby by my ex? Bro, that baby would have had to go to CPS. Because I can always make more kids. Empress, abundance. A shout out to the single moms. Thank you for taking care of the children, because, you know, that is your responsibility as children and babies. But, baby, I can't do that. I'm sorry. Like, if a man did me dirty, and then I still got to have his baby, and then it's like, because, you know, that baby is an attachment to that man. Me, I'm a ghoster. Once you do some shit to me, baby, you're ghosting and blocked. I'm not arguing. I'm not sending 20 dissertation pages of what you did wrong. I'm not explaining myself. Okay. I'm a ghoster. You do something, in my head, I'm like, I hit the kill switch, ear sign. I can feel, and maybe it's my BPD, like I think I have, like, maybe on a spectrum of borderline personality disorder. So, like, I can go from, like, really idealizing somebody to really, like, devaluing them. So it's something, like, in my head that switch. So you do something to me, I hit that kill switch, I don't fuck with you no more. So yeah, you can, even as an Empress energy, abundant energy, I can make new children, honey. I don't see how women be doing that. Nigga that did you in a million times, nigga. And sometimes men being in a relationship with a man, if he's not elevating you, is literally a humiliation ritual. That's all I'm seeing, bro. That's all I'm saying. Like, to be married without requiring finances or without requiring something substantial that can at least help your future generations is just a fucking humiliation ritual, bro. I'm not doing it, bro. I'm not. You not finna do me dirty, publicly humiliate me, and then I still have to see you, because every time I see you, I'm going to want to fight you. Every time I see you to co-parent, I'm going to want to fight you. You gonna spark my cortisol. Meaning, I like my peace. So you fucking with my peace. So at that point, I'll have to choose, like, okay, my hatred for you is stronger than my hatred. I think my desire to leave and not be attached to somebody who did me dirty is so much stronger than motherhood. I'm sorry. So that will be mine. Like I said, shout out to all the mothers who do be doing that shit. Nigga that did you dirty, she done you with 50 million bitches, and probably knocked your head between washer and dryer and did some other shit to you, and you still gotta see this nigga because he got your baby. Y'all strong. That baby would have been at CPS. Y'all strong as fuck. I can't do that. Because every time I see that nigga, I'm going to want to fight. I can just make more kids. That's the power. And it sounds fucked up, but I feel like, one, that's the power of godhood. Sounds fucked up, but I gotta do what's best for me. I only get one me. I gotta live in this vessel every day, you know? And I'm already sensitive to the physical world, so it's just like, no. You can always make more kids. So that's just my opinion. Like I said, I know I'm not maybe the most politically correct person, but I just like to keep it real with y'all. I know the type of person I am, nigga. Ain't nobody finna embarrass me. And I had a seed, and then, yeah, I still got her. She still got my baby. Oh, hell no, nigga. I said, nah. Baby, go to CPS. I'll make more kids, nigga. I'll make more kids, nigga. Don't even worry about it. I'ma love that baby just like I did that other one, okay? I'ma love all my kids just like I did that one. And then if I get a baby up and then I see like, okay, you cool, like I don't know, I'll be playing situations in my head. So if you cool, all right, I know you actually my child, because sometimes you can have a seed, you can have a child, but it might not be your child. It might be that father's child. That shit happen all the time, especially spiritual women. I'm not just talking about Empress. Spiritual women, they had kids by a man with a badass seed. Then you wondering why you're pregnant, got all these complications, you're pregnant, your teeth falling out, and you having all these health issues. And then even when the baby come out, the baby draining, okay, the baby acting like your op, okay, the baby just no, that happens to a lot of spiritual women. Like, you gave birth to your op. Now you wonder why you drained all the time. Your children ain't even filling you up. Like, motherhood ain't even enjoyable. It's just draining. Like, I can't even interact with you without feeling draining. You just like, cause kids like that, if it's his seed, they end up being really parasitic. Cause I've seen that before. Like, they end up being really parasitic towards you, and the mothers end up drained, and yeah, that shit happens. Like I said, men, they are physical avatars that what do you call that? That the demiurge uses to destroy women. Men are used as vessels to destroy women. That's how I be thinking about it. That's why I don't take the opinions of men seriously, because you are only created as a result of universal law. Everything has to have a polarity. Okay, male, female, left, up, right, left, down, red, blue. Okay, God, devil. Okay, so if the woman was here first, and if the woman represents God, who the fuck the devil? The man. And I told y'all, I put that shit in gematria. I don't think I'm gonna show it to y'all. Look, I ain't lying. Look, I remember, I told y'all I've been Mr. Scorpio. I put me and Mr. Scorpio's name in gematria. Man, one of the gematria said that male bodies are Satan's avatars. I swear to God. Look, and I screenshotted it. Look, and I'm not man hating. I swear, but this is just Saturn. Saturn just hard. I gotta look what's in front of me. I really do. Look, and I screenshotted this on last August, and this is what it said in the damn gematria. The male bodies are Satan's avatars. That is crazy, and that makes a lot of sense. That's crazy as fuck. So that's why I am the way I am. I'm not just some heartless, selfish bitch. I like to give people the truth. Now, I do have people who fuck with me, hey, like, I appreciate people who can still fuck with me, because I'm not trying to convince anybody or anything. I'm just telling y'all the truth. Okay, my job is to simply tell y'all the truth. That's it. That's all I was created for. That's all I've been doing all my life, telling motherfuckers the truth. I got bullied. My own family bullied me. My own family turned against me because I told the motherfucking truth. How the fuck you gonna be mad at me for telling the motherfucking truth? If you don't like the truth, stop doing shit that you don't want people to perceive. Duh. I never understand that. I never understand. Like, if people would be so mad when you call it the truth. Okay, well, stop doing shit behind closed doors that you don't want people talking about. Duh. Duh. If the stove is hot, take your hand off the stove. If you're experiencing burning in your hand, take the hand off the stove. It's really simple. Like, so that's just really what I do. Like, I'm not no man hater, bro. But it's like, being in a feminine body, I also have to understand certain truths, and I also have to protect myself. All organisms have self-preservation. I learned that in the military. Lieutenant told me that because I tried to go in the military in boot camp and try to be this revolutionary and fight against vaccines. And he just straight up told me, like, listen, I get it. I forgot what the conversation was about, but the only thing I took from that, he was just like, self-preservation is normal. Everybody goes through self-preservation. Even the Navy. The Navy practices self-preservation. Okay. A white blood cell practices self-preservation. If it didn't, it would die. And if it died, and then it can't serve its purpose. So I don't know. That's just what I try to do. And my videos are longer because I like to, I'm trying to show more of my personality in my videos. But I really appreciate y'all for tuning in. I am about to lay down, honey, because I am behind on some homework. And I need to do that. So I wanted to get on here, share my opinion, share my insights. I think my next video is going to be about Jay-Z. So that should be interesting. Yeah, my next video is gonna be about Jay-Z. Because we need to talk about Jay-Z in a good way. But I fuck with that nigga. But I want to give my objective opinion based off of how I feel about him as well. So y'all have a wonderful night, and till next time. Bye.